content for your podcast, do you follow some kind of like long-term plan in terms of like you're going to go over one big topic and little facets of it, or do you just kind of week to week to go, what would be cool to cover this week, or is it some of both?
It's some of both. Well, basically, I'm going through Genesis. When I get to the end of chapter 11, I'll probably turn around and start over. But that's every other podcast. I know I will be covering whatever is next. So, like, part of the reason I did it that way is I didn't want to get up to Genesis chapter 3 any faster than I had to. So it took me 2 years.
Oh, wow.
But the other one is pretty much whatever comes up, like the episode that just released this week. It was based on a sermon that our youth pastor preached, and of course in the Psalms, what does our praise and worship both connected to? Let us worship and bow down before the Lord our Maker. And I love bringing that stuff out. So it is kind of both spontaneous. Every once in a while, like I can recall like maybe 3 or 4 times saying, God, I need a topic and I need it today so I can record it tomorrow. That has happened, but he always gives me something.
Cool. Very good. Now, how long have you been doing this?
The podcast started January 2015. So we're 64 episodes in, and I realized right away that I had to do it only every other week so I could catch my breath and just be a mom instead of constantly in the stress. It's very stressful getting it together, and if I didn't love it so much and know how much it meant to my own family, I wouldn't be doing it because it is work, but it is so worth it.
All right. So the podcast and the website came together at the same time?
No, the website I started in 2012.
Okay.
And actually the first year I had a break between kids, so it was like, what do I do with myself? I can't just homeschool and clean up. I don't like cleaning up. So I actually was releasing a blog post 5 days a week, and I did that for 10 months, and then I had to slow down. Then I wrote a book that's still a manuscript, unfortunately. I do have a mini version of it out for free as an ebook, and that's on every page of my website, shows Mysteries of Time and Creation. That's based on the same concept, so it didn't get wasted. And then it was several years later I started the podcast.
Okay. Give me a brief summary of Mysteries of Time and Creation.
Okay, so the whole point is to knock out the foundation. You've seen Ken Ham. He talks about how we shoot at balloons of abortion and all that stuff. And instead, if we knock out the foundation from under them, then what do they have left to stand on? And the foundation of evolution, there are 2 of them. First, it's deep time. So you knock out that you don't need deep time and you can't actually prove it, and all the things that they say have deep time, like dinosaurs, can't because of things like the soft tissue is so incredible. Mm-hmm. And so I start with that, and then I talk about evolution, and when they talk about all the vague animals adapted, what they really mean is they mutated, that we are all a bunch of giant mutants. And when kids know enough about real world mutants, not just this superhero kind, right, you realize how impossible that is, because we have close to 200,000 recorded detrimental mutations, and how many can they actually point to that are actually good? And I even talk about those. Blue eyes, lactose tolerance is a mutation. Yay, thank you, Lord. But that does not turn me into a superhero. So they've got 5 things that are good, and we've got 200,000 that are bad, and that's what they're saying we came from. So that's basically saying, and then a few of the evidence is that the Earth can't be that old, working from where it can't be more than 1 million, can't be more than 200,000, down to where the biblical time is.
Okay, and that's on the website creationscienceforkids.com.
Yeah, and you can pick it up. It's on Amazon, on Apple Books, and Barnes & Noble. They all carry it for free. Hopefully, don't let Amazon charge you, because they will try sometimes. Yeah.